Next on the Made to Travel podcast.
Hello, yes, this really is me. This really is a podcast. You're about to watch the finally next installment of the Made to Travel podcast. And now I'm sure all of you watching are wondering, why have you been gone for so long? What have you been up to? I'm so glad you asked, so I'm going to show you. First of all, one of the things that's been keeping me a little bit busier lately is that I have decided to try to become more involved, volunteer some more of my time with the church that we've been attending here. Give me a few more things to do and also help out with some of the things that I've learned over the years to help our church. So I've been doing some of that, and that's been taking some more of my time. But particularly last week, what you're seeing now, that's me up in front of the church. I, for the first time in literally decades, led a worship service at our church last Sunday. And beside me, that was Pam singing as well. So that was really cool that we got to be on the worship team together. And that was a lot of fun, but it also was a huge task undertaking for me. Now, I've been doing the tech stuff behind the scenes for years now, so I understand that side really well. But I'll tell you this much, I gained a ton of appreciation for all of you who lead worship on a regular basis, because it's a lot of work. It's not just picking out your favorite songs and getting up there and singing them like they sound amazing. It's a lot of work. And for us, it was a lot of work, and it was still pretty rough. I've got a long way to go before I even consider myself to be a good worship leader, but we had a good time, and it was a good service. And another thing that I got to do this week that almost made me not be able to do a podcast, I was helping Pam out. She leads an after-school drama team at the school, and so they get to put together plays every once in a while. This week, they were supposed to do a play in the chapel service. Unfortunately, they had to change the location of the chapel service, and there was no room in the room for them to do a play. So what ended up happening was Pam decided to make it into a video. Last week and the beginning of this week, I got together with her and a bunch of her drama students, and we recorded them doing their various parts to make this play happen. And then on Tuesday, I put it all together and made this video that you're about to watch. Just want to make note that their faces don't actually look like this in real life. Just out of respect for privacy of these students, I've blurred out their faces. Ignore that fact and just enjoy this cute little play that they put together.
Good evening, this is Guy Nosey of Canaan Action News. I'm here at the walls of Jericho, which have been shut up for 6 days for the fear of the Hebrews who threatened to conquer them. For the last 6 days, the Hebrew army has marched once around the city and then returned to their camp. Their leader Joshua must have some sort of crazy war plan, like starving the city to death. Today, the 7th day, has been a little different. They've marched around the city 6 times so far. Let's see if we can get the thoughts of some of the soldiers. Excuse me, gentlemen. How many times do you plan to march around the city today? Will you attack today? Well, I guess they aren't allowed to talk. That Joshua is quite the tough general. Let's take you now inside the walls of Jericho to our guy on the inside, Guy inside. Guy?
Thanks, Guy. I'm Guy inside, here inside the walls of Jericho. I'm talking to Private Shaky. So, Shaky, what's your reaction to all of this marching around the city for 6 days stuff?
I'm scared.
Scared? Why should you be scared? You're inside these big, thick walls.
We've heard stories. The stories about how their God parted the Red Sea and defeated the Egyptians. And I heard rumors that their God parted the Jordan, and they walked across without any problem. There's thousands of them. Even if they make a small breach, there's no way we could hold them off.
Well, I guess I could see why you would be scared. So, Guy Nosy, as you can see in here, the inside reaction is fear.
Thank you, Guy. That was our guy inside the walls of Jericho. I see now that the Hebrew soldiers are coming back around. This will complete 7 times they've walked around the city today. Wait, they're stopping. Something is happening. The ground is... What? The walls.
Move away! I'm out of here!
Keep the camera rolling. I want to...
Well, it looks like those Hebrews have done it again, causing the walls of the city to fall, allowing them easily to conquer Jericho. Excuse me, soldiers. Who is that?
That's Rahab and her family. They are scared because they saved 2 of our spies who went out to check out the city.
Wonderful. Have you seen Joshua? I guess he's pretty happy that he brought down the walls of Jericho.
I'm sure he's happy, but he didn't make the walls fall down. The Hebrew army didn't make the walls fall down. And all the marching, trumpet blowing, and shouting didn't make the walls fall down either.
So what did make the walls fall down?
God. We just did what God told us to do, and He made the walls come down.
So, Joshua, it was God who gave you the victory?
You bet He did. No matter how much marching, or blowing, or shouting we did, we couldn't make the walls come down.
It was God.
Well, you heard it here, folks. God has given Joshua and his army victory, and God has tumbled down the walls of Jericho, flat. For Canaan Action News and Guy Inside, I'm Guy Nosy, signing off.
Next week, the first 3 days of the week, there's no school here. There's a short break because a lot of the staff from Pam's school are going to a teachers conference down in Jakarta, Indonesia. We decided that would be really cool to go together. So I'm going to be going with Pam. We're leaving on Saturday. We'll be back Wednesday night. And we're going to get to go spend a few days down in Indonesia. It'll be our first time on the other side of the equator. First time in Indonesia. It's going to be a fun experience, and I'll be sharing about that in the weeks ahead too, hopefully. Incidentally, for those of you who are undoubtedly going to ask, when am I going to post the whole video from that worship service? The answer is never. There are 2 reasons why I won't be posting it. First reason is, as I said already, it wasn't a very good job that we did. It wasn't awful, but it's not one that I particularly want to put out there publicly. But the other reason, recently our church's sound system died. So right now what we're doing for sound during a church service is the hotel that we meet in. They have loaned us a karaoke machine. So we plug a couple of mics into that. And we also have an old monitor that we had with our sound system, and we use that to help with our keyboard and our drums. And that's our sound system right now. It doesn't sound awesome at the best of times, let alone over a recording like we did in the service. So it isn't going to sound that good even if we do a great job. If you would like that to change, feel free to contact me about making a donation to the church so that we could put it towards getting a new sound system. But otherwise, for now, you'll just have to wait until we're able to do something different.
Ready to explore with us? Hit subscribe and join these toes on our next adventure. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. We can't wait to hear from you.